Hello everybody, welcome to the Halloween themed Hero Concepts video for Disney Heroes Battle Mode, and today we are obviously doing the mayor from The Nightmare Before Christmas. And I thought I would keep the tradition even if Disney Heroes Battle Mode doesn't, by making another Halloween character, specifically from Nightmare Before Christmas. We've gotten it many times in the past and I'd like to keep it going. And there is a chance that this character actually does get released this Halloween, and if he does, then I will be uploading this video as soon as I can, before he is actually revealed, or right after he's revealed, I guess. If not, then this video is coming out on Halloween itself, so you already know if you're watching this video. But I'm recording this very early in October, so I just wanted to get it in preparation, and if by chance he does actually release, well, I guess this was pointless. But let's take a closer look at the mayor himself. I think this is probably the best one I've created so far. It's got a good amount of shading and lighting in general, and the line thickness and everything I remember to change. I spent quite a long time on it, and it does look a little bit more rough than the other ones, I would say, but that was intentional, you know. I was trying to follow the lines of the actual figures themselves from the movie, and they are very roughly created. I think a good example would be like the legs on the spider, or his swirling eye are a lot more stylized in a way, or just more rough, which is definitely in the style of the movie itself. I think I did a fairly good job in a lot of ways, and there are some things I could have improved on. But overall, I really like the design of him overall. I think I just said overall twice. And I think this is pretty close to how he would look in the game, I think. He might not be holding like the scrolls in his arm, but I thought that would be a good thing to have him do. I don't know, something for that hand to do. And then I imagine his hat would have to be off screen because his hat is so tall. I was not about to zoom him way out just to fit the hat on the screen. And then, I know we're not looking at it right now, but the ribbon I made for him I think turned out really good too. So yeah, all things considered, I really like how I created it. I also considered creating the opposite face, but I figured when we do the skills, you'll be seeing it anyways, and that'd be a lot of extra work that wouldn't really be all that necessary, I think. I don't even think I would have put it in the thumbnail or anything, so I think this is fine. Let me know what you think about the character itself, and if there are other Nightmare Before Christmas characters you want to see, or other than him. He's the one that I want most right now, but there are definitely a bunch of others that I would love to see too. Like Dr. Finkelstein I think is a good example of another one I'd like. But anyways, let's go into the skills. So for his entrance animation, I would say he pulls up in his car and then he waves at everybody. I think that'd be a good thing for him to do, and it makes a lot of sense. Also, I think his basic attack would just be this spinning around animation that I found from the opening song, where he kind of spins in place. He could do that to hit the characters with his hands as he spins, and they could maybe speed it up a little bit so he actually looks like he's dealing damage. Now, for the main skill, like the white skill, they sometimes do this passive and active skill, and I think that'd be great for him specifically because on one side of his face he has the happy, positive side, and that would be the passive one, and then when it's active he switches around to the worrying or paranoid version of himself, kind of the two-faced politician here. And so when it's passive, I guess that kind of ties into some of the later skills I was going to talk about, but basically he has a passive and an active version of himself, and then he obviously has some different attacks and stuff tied into that. So one of the things I thought of was he has like this megaphone, and I think when he's in his passive version that it could benefit your allies and give you like positive status effects and stuff. And then when he's flipped over to his active side and he has the negative version, he is actually dealing damage to the characters, or potentially when he tries to speak into it, the spider flies out, like in the animation here. and attacks the characters. So I think that's a pretty detailed version of a skill that he can have, and I think it's pretty close to how they would come up with it, because there aren't a lot of things that the mayor actually does in the movie. And then the final skill that I thought of was when he's riding in his like holiday car. Right? It's just a little green car with like a wreath on it. That could be an attack where he goes through the enemies, and I feel like they'd probably have to speed it up a little bit. But he basically gets in that little car and drives through the enemies and deals damage. And again, maybe he gets in it and is passive and gives the allies some positive status effects, and then when it's active he goes super fast and goes through the enemies attacking them. Something like that I think would be fun. So for his friendships, I think Jack would be a pretty obvious one. He's like infatuated with Jack in the movie. It's all he talks about. So it would feel a bit weird for him to not be associated with him. A fun friendship I just thought of, and I don't know how good of a friendship this is, but the Mad Hatter. Since they both have very interesting hats, I think the Mad Hatter would love the mayor's hat. And I don't know, the Mad Hatter gives me similar vibes of like personality to him, the mayor, and they could just have a tea party and the mayor could freak out about stuff, and the Mad Hatter gives in with it because he's crazy. Stuff like that. I don't know. Give me some suggestions, because I had a hard time thinking of another friendship for the mayor. And Jack, I mean, is a pretty obvious one. So give me some suggestions if you have them. So anyways, that is the mayor. Once again, I really appreciate you if you took the time to watch this and let me know what you think of his design overall. And I hope maybe one day we could see him, or at least another Nightmare Before Christmas character. And who knows, like I said, I could be releasing this because we just found out that he's coming to the game. And if that does happen, I will still release this video, but it'll be sad. But I'm also really excited for something like that to happen, so that I can actually compare my design to the game's design. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. I will see you soon. Goodbye.